Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really exciting video. As you can see on the description box, I'm going to be doing a first impression review and demo on the Prism palette by Anastasia. Before I get into it guys, I just want to mention that I upload videos Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, so be sure to subscribe below so you don't miss out any of my videos. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so this is the Prism palette by Anastasia. It retails for $42 as any other Anastasia palette. It's made in the USA and it also brings 14 shades as well as all the Anastasia palettes that have come out in the past. So if you break the price down, it's about $3 per shadow, which is actually really good for Anastasia shadows. You do get 0.02 ounces per shadow. I feel like that's very normal also in Anastasia palettes. So the palette looks like this. It has this Prism design right on the front and it's gold and black. Honestly, black and gold is one of my favorite things. I feel like it looks so elegant. It's one of my personal favorites. If I'm not wearing colors one day, I'm definitely wearing black and gold. That's just like my go-to. So I really like it. The packaging on the outside, this is actually the box. The box feels very expensive. It feels like kind of like rubbery in a sense. It's very soft. So when you open it up, the palette looks like this. It's like that velvet material. It's the same design that the box has on the outside, and it just says Anastasia Beverly Hills on the front. It's the same size and everything as the other palettes. When you open it up, it's the same. The 14 shades are right here, and it has this two-sided brush that it brings. It does have a mirror. If you own any Anastasia palettes, you're going to recognize the design because it looks exactly the same. I'm glad they kept it that way because it works for me. It's small enough for me to just like take it anywhere, and it's big enough for me to like actually be comfortable working with it in my hand. So the palette looks like this. It brings 7 ultra matte shadows, and then it brings 5 metallic shades and 2 duochrome shades. So the 2 duochrome shades, I'm going to show them to you, are Lose It, which is the first one right here, and then the second one would be Dimension, which is this one that I have right on. Then we have the metallic, which are Pyramid, Throne, Sphinx, OSIRIS, Eternal. Yep, those 5. Then you have your mattes, which are Eden, Parallel, Unity, Saturn, Sphere, and Lure, and Obsidian. Wow, whoever made this palette was not my friend. If you are concerned about like how much kick-up this has compared to the Subculture, I personally did not purchase it. I did watch like almost 150 videos about it. I feel like we all did. So I feel like we all have a pretty good idea of like the difference between the Subculture and the Modern Renaissance. I feel like this one is very close to the Modern Renaissance, which actually I have no problem with. With the metallic shades and the duochrome shades, you do want to use a glitter glue. You're gonna see a little bit of fallout right on my eyes, but I just dusted it off right away and it just came right off. So I'm really happy about that. I couldn't find my glitter glue, so for that reason I couldn't use it. With that said guys, let's just go ahead and get started with the makeup tutorial. I'm gonna do the makeup tutorial that I have in my eyes right now, and then I'm gonna do swatches for you guys. Let's just go ahead and get started with that, and then I'll be back to show you some swatches. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start by doing my eyebrows. For this I'm using, as always, my Anastasia Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. To clean them up, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand like this, and then I'm going to take just a flat brush and just clean out my eyebrows. I'm also going to be using this as a base for my shadow. I'm just buffing this all out with this Makeup Geek brush. Okay guys, so now it's time to dig into this palette, and I'm so excited. I think the first color I'm going to be using is going to be this one right here. This just like cream color. It's called Unity. And I'm going to be using that color just to set my concealer. So then I'm going to go into Lure, which is like this almost like lilac color right here. I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm placing this on the outer corner and then going in on my crease. So I definitely want to buff this out up towards my eyebrow. The next color I'll be taking is called Eden. I'm going to place that right on the crease. I'm taking a more like concentrated brush. I feel like this one works better. This is my Morphe M443. So I'm just doing windshield washer motions right on my crease. I want to pack this color up a lot, so I'm going to be taking a little bit more. Again, Kick Up in this palette is very similar to the Modern Renaissance, which I actually have no problem using. Pigment seems to be really good. You definitely have to build it up, which is how I like to use my palette. I don't want it to be too pigmented as soon as I use it. I definitely want pigment, but I definitely want to like build it up to where I want it to. Colors are showing up perfect. I feel like they're looking exactly as they are advertised on the palette. Alright, next color I'm taking is called Saturn. And I'm applying this right on that crease. I don't want it to go too far out, so I'm making sure that I'm like right on my crease. Taking the brush that I had before, I'm going to take Lure one more time, and I'm just going to blend that out right on top of my crease. So for this next part, I'm going to be using again Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to put it again on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to be creating a cut crease. I didn't mention it before, but this Tarte Shape Tape is in Light Medium Honey. That's the shade. Now that I have my cut crease, I'm going to take this short shader E70 by Sigma, and I'm going to be going into the shade Dimension. I'm going to pack that shade up, put it right on the inner corner. Next shade I'm going to be taking is called OSIRIS. I'm thinking I should have used a glitter glue for this one, but I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to be packing it on right on top. Kind of like transitioning from that shade to this one. This shade feels very dry. It doesn't feel like very smooth as the other one felt like. So I feel like it's applying very awkwardly. It's not really like transitioning smoothly. I feel like it's just glitter sitting on my eyelid. Does that make any sense? Do you see that? It looks like a little bit patchy. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. I'm gonna take another brush and go back to Dimension and just try to create a little bit of more like transparency going between the two shades. Because OSIRIS is just not having it. Okay, so I'm going to take a smaller brush. This one is a Small Tapper Blending E45 by Sigma, and I'm going to be going into Parallel. This is one of the matte shades, and I'm going to be packing that right on the outer corner. I don't know how dark this is going to take me, that's why I'm taking this one. So I don't want to go as dark as black, but if I have to, then I'm going to be bringing that in just a little bit. I think I'm going to have to start going into Obsidian. I guess that's what it's called. I'm just going to pack that right there. I'm packing that black, and now I'm just going to start blending it out. Taking the same brush that I took the shade Saturn with. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the shade Lucid. And I'm going to put this on my brow bone as a highlight. It's really pretty. This one you can tell is very glittery because it's applying like very shimmery. I do have a lot of residue of the glitter on my face. I should have used a glitter glue, but I just couldn't find mine, so that's on me. But if you're going to be using these shades, definitely just know that if you're going to use any of the metallic ones, they're going to have a lot of fallout. So I just cleaned this up a little bit. Okay guys, so we're back. I have my face makeup almost done. So I'm going to go back into this palette and I'm just going to do my under eyes. So I'm going to be taking a small brush. I'm going to be taking my Sigma Pencil E30 and I'm going to be digging into Saturn. I'm putting that very close to my lash line. And then I'm going to be going into Parallel and I'm going to put this on the outer corner. Just to smoke it out a little bit, kind of connect it to the part on top. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Dimension and I'm just going to put it on the inner corner. For mascara, I'm applying this L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black. I'm going to let this dry, and for lipstick, I'm going to be applying this NYX Lingerie in the shade Satin Ribbon. It looks kind of too nude, but I definitely want people to concentrate on the eyes, so I'm kind of digging it. I don't think I've ever used this color. Okay, so to finish off the eyes, I'm going to be applying some lashes. And I'm going to be going to this Vegas Nay Allure lashes. I got this at Ulta. I'm going to be taking this Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray. I'm just going to be spraying this all over my face. By the way, this sponge is unbelievable. It's amazing. This is by the brand Flower Beauty, and I absolutely love it. It gets so squishy. Okay guys, so this is a finished look. I'm actually super happy how it came out. I really like it. So I'm going to start doing swatches left to right from the top and then left to right from the bottom. So the first color that I'm doing is Lose It. This is one of the duochromes. Not sure if you can see that. I'm going to do one more swatch right on top. Second one is Eden. It's one of their ultra matte shades. Doing two swatches. Next one, you're not going to be able to see it on my skin. I feel like it's going to get lost. Is Unity. Another ultra matte. I'm going to do it one more time. The next one is Sphinx. I think that's what it's pronounced. It's one of their metallic shades, just like a very bronzy shade. The next one is OSIRIS. This one I use on my lid and I feel like I had a little bit of trouble. The next one is Sphere and is another ultra matte. And the last one of that row is Obsidian, which is the black shade. And there you go. Going on to the second row, I have Dimension. Then I have Parallel, which is that brown shade. Then I have Pyramid, which is one of their metallics. Doing another one right on top. Then I have Throne. Wow, that looks pretty. Then I have Satin. Another ultra matte. Then I have Eternal, which is one of the softest ones, I feel like. And then the last one is Lure, which is like a very lilac shade. Alright, so my final thoughts on this palette. I feel like Anastasia never lets me down. I did hesitate on buying the Subculture palette just because I saw so many negative reviews. And also, not only that, but I feel like the colors I didn't feel drawn to the colors at all. This one surprisingly has a couple of colors that I can like kind of compare to the Subculture one, but this one I feel like it's a refined Subculture one. Like they finally got it right. This one is it. Because I feel like all the colors in this palette are very like wearable for some reason. Maybe not Sphere, but you can definitely do some like a colorful bold look with it, and I feel like it would look really pretty. other than that, you do have some neutrals that you can work with. You do have some darker ones that you can like do a night look. This one I feel like it's very wearable if you want to wear it for like a party or something like that. The colors aren't too crazy, and yet I feel like they're very holiday feeling. Like I do feel like I'm going to a party. Whenever I see this throne shadow, I just think of Christmas like right away, and I really like it. I can't wait to play with it. I'm really happy with this palette. I'm really happy with how it blended, how the colors felt so smooth. The swatches were really great. It was great blending, especially the matte shadows feel very soft and very powdery, and I really like that. The colors were exactly as you see them on the pan, which is also a plus. And I do feel like this palette takes forever for you to dig through. The Modern Renaissance palette is probably my favorite. I take that everywhere. I use it every day, and I've honestly only hit a little bit of pan on almost 2 of them. And I honestly wear it so much. Like, I cannot believe I'm not on my second palette already. But I really like it. This one's gonna be probably my second favorite because I can already see myself reaching for this one almost every day. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, everything's gonna be linked down below.
Aside from my soul,